All right, facts. This is where the meat and potatoes are. This is where she states everything what happens. Twitch streamers play video games online for enjoyment, entertainment of an audience that in turn supports their business through donations, subscriptions, paid sponsorship, promotions. Okay, success can be measured through various means, such as the size of a streamer's audience, numbers of subscribers, volume of donations, and number of sponsorships. As an audience size increases, the number of subscriptions, donations, sponsorships will also increase, directly correlating to increase in income. One of the most significant means of audience size is for various streamers to stream jointly, thereby gaining access to each other's audience. A significant, important aspect of the streaming business is thus networking. Now, this is where the incident happens, okay? While attending a friend's party on January 19th, 2020, a party attended by a significant number of Twitch streamers who lived and worked in the Austin area, Ms. Tucker was assaulted. Multiple witnesses are able to confirm that Jacob Rodriguez, which is Crazyslick, and then residing in Linder, Texas, came up to Ms. Tucker while she was unconscious and proceeded to touch and fondle her private areas of her person while she was unconscious and sleeping. I believe that's true. Mr. Rodriguez has been immensely popular online streamer with over 70,000 subscribed followers on Twitch, and I think she means followers, 70,000 on there. This is where it starts, okay? Nothing happened in the immediate aftermath of his assault. Plaintiff, concerned about the impact of her streamer career, decided to remain silent at the time and not publicly disclose the assault. Although she did relevantly tell her friend, Sabrina Powell, known as Navarro. On or about July 6, 2021, Ms. Powell publicly disclosed what happened to the plaintiff via online stream on her Twitch response. We saw the video. I showed you this is true. The same day, plaintiff found herself confronted and ambushed by a group of online personalities, confronted at her home of a mutual acquaintance, and ignored all entreaties to leave. And the people who showed up was Joe Fabiano, known online as Barry, David Mitch Jones, known online as Mitch Jones, and Maya Higa. Now, this is pivotal. And the reason I'll tell you why, because in this case, the truth is king. When you look at these facts, you have to pick out one statement or two statements or any statements that are not true to kind of besmirch Miss Adrianah's credibility. And we showed you a couple things that are true so far. Hey, yes, she happened to be at the party. Yes, it seems like he did touch her. Yes, Nova went live on her live stream. Now, we about to see some gray in here. Higa, which is Maya Higa, began badgering plaintiff, demanding to know the truth of what happened and insisting that Rodriguez, when you see the quotation marks, that means that Maya Higa exclusively told her, according to Adrianah, that that's something he would never do something like that, and that he was a quote unquote good guy. While Higa also sought to cast doubt upon plaintiff's memory of the events of knowledge that actually happened. Now, if you notice, cast doubt is in gray because that's speculation. You can't mind read or predict Maya Higa's intent. But the factual thing is, did she say would never do something like that? Did she say Crazyslick would never do something like that? Did she say it was a good guy? Now, I know this is all like, you need recordings, it's her word versus his word, but this is how it's going to come down. Having believed plaintiff during a period of emotional distress with her personal concerns broadcast to the public at large, Higa sought to emotionally undermine and manipulate plaintiff, telling that the plaintiff, if she were to say something on the topic, then Higa knew as a fellow woman, the plaintiff would be hated, and argued that plaintiff would become isolated. In the Twitch streaming community, Higa sought to engage in further manipulation, telling the plaintiff that, here comes some yellow, Rodriguez was Mizkif's best friend and roommate, and that Mizkif could not bear to have his best friend cast out. Now, what's important about that is you see some gray. It's hard to ascertain, per se, that Higa, when she came over there, she sought to emotionally undermine and manipulate. Am I trying to manipulate you to like the stream? It's arguable. That's speculation. But we really don't care about this. This is kind of like fluff. Lawyers put in this fluff. We're looking for the false statement. So let's keep going. She came to her as a woman and the plaintiff would be hated and argued plaintiff would become isolated. Is this intimidation? Is this causing emotional stress? That's for like the jury to decide because she's requesting a jury trial. Now let's get into Mizkif's plaque. Mizkif is an exceedingly influential online streamer who has become to have 2 million followers across various social media sites such as Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. He's also the co-founder of OTK. Let me make it bigger for you guys. Sorry about that. A popular online media company with 592,000 subscribers on YouTube, 193,000 followers on Instagram. Rodriguez has been acknowledged to be Ms. Rendo's or Mizkif's best friend and roommate. At the time, Higa was in a relationship with Mizkif and also the roommate to Mizkif and Crazyslick. So these are facts. People might have to take a stand. They may have to be asked that question. We'll talk about that probably in the next live stream. When plaintiff informed Higa that she would be making a public statement, Higa intensely pressured plaintiff not to issue a public statement to let Mizkif simply speak about it instead. And when the plaintiff instead that she would create a public statement utilizing TwitLonger service, Higa would not depart but forcibly insist on monitoring and editing what the plaintiff wrote. Here we go with some yellow. Yellow is important. Higa would not depart, would not leave plaintiff alone until Higa had edited and altered plaintiff's statement to suit Higa's own purpose. Is this true, guys? I don't know. This is the allegation that Adrianah is making, that Higa would not leave. And if she would not leave, you can easily call the police. You can kick her out. You could leave. This is her saying that statement that she made was not her own. The statement that I read was not her own. The statement, which is right here, which I still have up, was not her own. She's saying this statement was coerced or edited by Maya Higa. Now, this is something you can, if Maya Higa's on the stand, hey, did you read the statement that she wrote before it went out? It's not hearsay. People saying it's hearsay. No, it's not hearsay because this is Adrianah's recollection of the events. Hey, Adrianah, was Maya Higa there when you wrote the statement? Yes. Did Maya Higa read the statement before it was put out? Yes. Did Maya Higa change the statement before it was put out? Yes. Now, when Maya Higa takes a stand, she could say, hey, it's all lie. This is where the hearsay come in. But really, this statement is, look, when it comes to defamation, this is just fluff, guys. I'm just explaining to you how it could work. You saw it with the Johnny Depp thing if you watched it. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going because we got a lot to get through. Higa insisted and forced the statement to disclaim that Crazyslick had assaulted plaintiff, edited down discussion on plaintiff's victimization. It would not cease her importuning of plaintiff until Higa dictated the language of the statement. Following, Higa still would not depart until the statement was posted online by plaintiff. So Maya Higa is sitting over there, like, hey, let me read it. Okay, you hit send. That's according to Adrianah. Is that intimidation? Could that cause emotional stress? That would be potentially for a jury to decide. Throughout this time, 22, Higa would speak of Crazyslick as Mizkif, stating Crazyslick was Mizkif's rock, Mizkif's best friend, that Mizkif would be going live online soon so they could figure this out. Afterward, Mizkif sent a message to plaintiff stating that he felt responsible for Crazyslick, and as if Crazyslick was a child. This is big, guys. Do you think she have that damn text message? Absolutely. She ain't putting this in there if she don't got that text message. So did that text message ever come out? I don't know. I got to look for it. But this is big. How do you go live to figure this stuff out? You go live and crowdsource the audience? Anywho. Mizkif and Higa acted to aid and abet their friend Crazyslick by seeking out and intimidating and emotionally compromising his victim in order to limit the impact created by public disclosure of Crazyslick's wrongdoing. In this fashion, they participated and became parties to his wrongful conduct. Adrianah Lee, she's stating that was intimidated and emotionally compromised by Mizkif and Higa's actions. In the aftermath of public disclosures, Mizkif, Higa, and Crazyslick utilized their status in the public as well as their association with OTK to further damage plaintiff's credibility and reputation in the online gaming industry by publicly treating the event representations made to their followers and subscribers as being a non-event, something that no one cared about, and further describing it as something low scale and not really a big deal. This is where the defamation comes into play. Allegations made by the defendants that plaintiff Adrianah Lee had committed sexual misconduct in order to falsely cloud the issue and further cause injury to Adrianah's reputation and credibility. This is the defamatory statement that's being used, that's being referenced. And remember, we talked about defamation. Has she ever been convicted, Adrianah Lee, of sexual misconduct? If the answer is no, this could be interpreted as a defamatory statement because it's false. I don't know. Does she have a record of it? All right, let's keep going. Cumulatively, Maya Higa, Mizkif, and Rodriguez and their companies which they control and or for which their representations of Mizkif Enterprises and OTK have acted to degrade and harm plaintiff's reputation in online streaming community, to interfere with business sponsorships, and thereby interfere with her credibility and relationship with her subscribers and followers, thereby subjecting plaintiff to economic harm and increased harassment. That is the statement of facts, guys. So before we keep going, what do you guys think so far? Does she have a case? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a 2. Okay. So people think she has no case. What if I said she might? What if I said she might have a case? Twitch is Ms. Kids in here. Yeah, Ms. Kids are. Is that what they call him? His followers, Ms. Kids? Is what, like a kid raising kids out here? It's crazy. Crazy. I'd be wrong. Okay. Okay. We'll get to their legal strategy and we'll get to everything after we get through the case. So that was the statements of facts.